Lancers prevailed. And so the teams have changed sides. Lafayette now in the near court and Ozark in the far court. And the first swing of the match goes to Hannah Flowers, and that's the hardest ball that Hannah Flowers has hit all day at 6'2". In that rotation, she's lined up on the left. It's rotation one, setters right back, Emily Orlando. And I would think Lafayette should go right out to Flowers every time on that play. And now the ace serve by Staciana Stock. And the Lancers are off to a 2-0 lead. Lancers started slowly against St. Teresa's, lost the first set, but they've won 2 straight since then. So they're at 2-1. Big, important matchup for both these teams as part of determining who's going to make it to the championship match tomorrow. And that's a kill from the left pin for Mary Gable. So 3-0 early. Head coach Adina Brewer can't be happy. You talk things over with your team during the 2.5-minute break between sets, and then you come out and give up the first 3 points and make it 4 points as a big block up. Wesselich with Gable against the middle attacker on the far side, who is Lexi Johnston. Staciana Stock with some topspin, good up by Molly Taylor, and that leads to a kill. Good passes lead to good second contacts, lead to good third contacts. This time it was Katie Voorhees with the kill. And so the server coming in will be Riley Thixton. She's a veteran senior DS, 5'8". Ozark's been to the Final Four all 4 years of her high school career. Thixton now with the dig in the backcourt, and it leads to a kill. Putting it away, Macy Putt. If I'm remembering correctly, Macy Putt at one point played middle hitter for Ozark, but it may have been a couple years ago. Regardless, she's an outside now and putting the ball on the floor. Kantoff has to lay out to just keep that serve alive, but it leads to a kill by Hannah Flowers off the double block. Putt and Johnson were up 5-2 early. Lafayette. Now Lily Cooper's come in as the server is Melanie Flowers, and she serves a good one. It'll come back as a free ball. Chance to run a play. They're going to go to Flowers on an X play, and they're going to get a double contact called on Emily Orlando. And Zach Young is up, and I know what he's saying. He's saying just play on. I didn't really see the double contact. Not saying there wasn't one. I'm up in the skybox, but you got to go with the ball never lies. And if you believe in that sort of thing, that serve had no chance of going in if you believe it really wasn't a double contact on Emily Orlando. The serve sailed long, so 6-3. Lafayette on top. Hannah Flowers with some top spin. Macy Putt gets the ball up, and going cross court is Voorhees. Now, good swing by Mary Gable, but Molly Taylor got to the floor. Excellent defense on both sides, but that one will go out off of Melanie Flowers. So a good dig by Molly Taylor led to a kill from Macy Putt. And the server is Holly Luganville. She's a 5'6" sophomore DS. Going down the line, Mary Gable. Good read of the block. The blocker was positioned to take a little more angle, and the line was available. And a good read by the 5'10" junior. Gable now back to serve. That'll bring Staciana Stock back into the front row. Lily Cooper's now in at middle. Excellent dig by Mel Flowers. Stock with a big swing, and tough play for Kennedy Anderson. The dig went outside the pin, and really it would have been hard ball to set, so she tried to punch it over to keep it in play, and the ball was dying and went into the antenna. 8-4 early. Lafayette trying to go to 3-1 and control their destiny. Orlando dumps it over. Molly Taylor read that perfectly. Now a big double block from Orlando and Cooper. And then a series of jousts with Stock and her opponent on the other side, Kennedy Anderson, and then Stock puts it away into the corner. And now we're going to get a timeout, and I don't blame Adina Brewer at all. Long rallies are going to the Lancers. The Lancers have raised their defensive intensity. When we saw them against St. Teresa's in that very first set, it did not look like the same Lafayette team we saw against St. Joseph's. We mentioned that match on Saturday the 22nd out at Lafayette. Huge crowd. As we mentioned, St. Joseph's Academy, the number 10 ranked team in the country with Gabby Blossom and Marissa Tomic and Hannah Grunsfelder, just a really talented team. And they had beaten Lafayette twice during the regular season in straight sets fairly handily, and they won the first set 25-19, but then it got away in the second set. You had to credit Lafayette. They came back and won 25-16, 25-17. So there were people there that said that may have been the state championship. We won't find that out until tomorrow. And there's certainly a couple other teams that if they win the state, then we'll know that Lafayette won't be able to win their sixth in a row. But certainly that match was really key. And it was at the sectional level. Sometimes teams battle at the sectional level, and it just doesn't work out for St. Joe's. In this case, Lily Cooper with the kill in transition off a free ball. Number 31 puts it away. I hope head coach Corey Arbini of High Performance 17 Royal last year, who was her coach, is watching that play. He taught her to do that. Ace serve into the corner, Mary Gable. And Lafayette is running away now, up 11-4. On the other court, though, St. Teresa's up 9-6 over Francis Howell. Errant serve by Gable. 11-5. Ozark now on the serve of Macy Putt. Ozark needs to go on a run midway through this set. Don't wait till the last minute. Big solo block. Number 21, Julia McCown. Now it looks like McCown has come into play middle. We had thought she might see action at the right side, but it looks like she's in. And she gets a solo stuff block on Lily Cooper, so. Then Mary Gable out of the back row. McCown almost got that ball. She was in good position, but the ball went just past her right hand, and it goes for a kill for number 13, Mary Gable. Lafayette up 12-6. We're in set two. And a low toss. Kaylee Cantel would like that serve back, the 5'7" junior libero. Lexi Levanchi's also in this match. She slips in as a DS but doesn't serve. That's why we sometimes don't mention number 12. But she's in the back row. Hard angle. Staciana Stock. And if you notice, Emily Orlando is setting a quick ball to Stock. Stock's very quick off her feet. And she can handle that tempo of a quicker set. The interesting thing about Lafayette is when they get around state tournament time, everybody gets a little better. Good swing from number 10, Sydney Branson out on the left pin. She gets it past Orlando and Wesselich. We haven't really seen the blocking sub of Kerrigan Coggin do anything for Lafayette yet in this tournament. double block against Stacy on a stock. Branson up with Johnston, and it's now 13-9, and Ozark has changed the momentum. They're on the serve of Kennedy Anderson, their sophomore setter. She sends over another good one, but Kantouth handles it. Hannah Flowers, and that ball is in. Flowers just overpowered the block. Going up over the top with some topspin. And the server will be a stock. Molly Taylor with the up. Anderson forced to bump set, so that leads to a free ball. And Flowers will get a line shot. Molly Taylor knew it. She got outside the block between the line and the antenna. She found her defensive position, but she could not pop that ball up. So a kill for Hannah Flowers, and now the lead's back to 6. And Lafayette's more in control. Shot down the line. Kantouth with the dig against Voorhees. And then the power tip. I love that play from Sydney Branson. The block was well formed. It was Flowers up with Wesselich. Wesselich listed at 6'1", Hannah Flowers at 6'2". So the 5'11" Sydney Branson simply pushed the ball off the blocker's hands. It went out, and it was a point for Ozark, and they're on serve with Riley Thixton. Ball just cleared over by Hannah Flowers. Now she's one-on-one with Macy Putt, and she wins that battle. Nice to see the intensity from Hannah Flowers with a one-on-one blocking opportunity against a good hitter in Macy Putt. She made the adjustment with her hands in the air to seal off the net. Coach Chris Nichols at Missouri Baptist, who was her club coach, might be proud of that play. And Lily Cooper with another kill. Lily Cooper has been working hard her entire volleyball career. I'm really happy. I always get to see her dad, Dave, and her mom, Lana, and she has just been working and working. Now Cooper's up, but the ball does not come over from Lexi Johnson, and we're going to get our second and final timeout, I believe, taken by Ozark as Lafayette leads 18-10. I saw Lily Cooper when she was, I believe, a 7th grader taking a private lesson in a gym in St. Louis, and let us say she was not the strongest volleyball player. She was very tall, but they did the right thing at Lafayette. She played on the JV team her freshman year, or maybe even the freshman team, and then they brought her up to varsity, and they've worked her up slowly. And she's young enough that she's had time to develop, and now as a junior, and she'll be back again next year at 6'5", she's starting to be able to do all of the things that we know she'll be able to do in college. So Lily Cooper, way to keep working hard. One of the nicest young ladies you'll ever meet. Going to Duke, a great university in North Carolina. And I think she'll just keep getting better every year. Hopefully she won't get any taller. I really don't like players that look down at me. I'm 6'4", and I have to look up at Lily Cooper. So the Lancers back on the floor. What is Ozark going to do at 18-10? Well, the first thing they need is a big swing out of this serve-receive formation. They've got Macy Putt out on the left, so I expect they'll go there, but they can't get the pass. Tough serve from Melanie Flowers. When the serve-receive breaks down, the first contact, bad things start to happen. Good teams can look bad, and this is a good Ozark team. Now the errant serve out. Good decision, Riley Thixton. She wasn't 100% sure that was out, but at some point she thought that was the better decision. Looks like a little confusion as to who's in and who's out over on the Ozark bench. We'll see. Hannah Flowers threw a seam in the block. Crunched that ball. Now we're getting a sub as number 6. That seems backwards, but number 6 is coming out. Well, 6 was in for the libero, so we had to complete the process. I'm not sure that was all done correctly, but it's done now. Bryn Bonewell is off, and Julia McCown is on. So it really doesn't matter. The officials are happy. The coaching staff for Ozark is happy, and they're even happier that it was tool time for Macy Putt. She hits it off the block and out, so it's 20-12. Lafayette still up by 8 with only 5 to play. Coming into serve is Holly Luganville. Both these teams have 2 more sets left after this matchup. Mary Gable off of the block in transition. Can't get the ball out to Putt. Now Lily Cooper in a seam in the block. Cooper put that ball to the floor right between the middle, Julia McCown, and the outside, Macy Putt. And I guarantee you, when you come here last season and probably got set one time for 2 days, this is fun for Lily Cooper. Emily Orlando going out on the right side too. Oh, that wasn't Orlando. That's the play. That's Lexi Levanchi. And there's going to be a lift called. So that was Lexi Levanchi with the blocking sub in, Kerrigan Coggin, and Lexi Levanchi put up a ball to number 30, Kerrigan Coggin. So that's the first time we've seen the back right bump set from Lexi Levanchi. Now Coggin will come off. We'll see if Coach Zach Young uses it again. It will be an ace serve. Nobody able to help setter Emily Orlando, and Lafayette still leads, but a little bit of momentum shift over to Ozark. Can the Tigers mount some kind of comeback and put some pressure on? Staciana Stock ends that serving run for Macy Putt as she ripped the ball. Stock really has a live arm. Doesn't matter how big you are if you have that quick arm swing. Also helps if you can jump like Staciana Stock. Kaylee Kantouth into serve, and the blocking sub is back in. Coggin, number 30, she's up with Wesselich. Now the setter will be the libero Kantouth, and that ball's down, so a kill for Staciana Stock. Another bullet, and it is all but over for Lafayette and Ozark, 23-14, and the blocking sub is in. Will Kerrigan Coggin get a block? She's in for Orlando in the right front. They go away from that block. Now Coggin will get a chance to save a ball up, and Gable gets a swing. Here's the opportunity for number 30, and she gets the block. Kerrigan Coggin with the rejection along with Catherine Wesselich. So everything working for head coach Zach Young. It is set point, 24-14. All Lafayette. On the other court, St. Teresa actually doing Lafayette a little bit of a favor as they are up on Francis Howell. Big swing from the right side. I think that was Julia McCown with the attack. She was lined up on the right and put it down. Now she'll come off, and number 6, Bryn Bonewell, will come in. And Bonewell may set out of this serve receive for this formation, but first she's got to put it in play. Stock going up off of Putt, and that's down. Staciana Stock finishes it by a score of 25-15 as the Lafayette Lancers improve to 3-1 in sets. The Ozark Tigers drop to 1-3, and on the other courts, as I mentioned, St. Teresa's up 20-16. So I believe Francis Howell won the first set, so that would put Howell and St. Teresa's both 2-2, and that would help out the Lafayette Lancers. Well, we'll find out when we come back for the final round of